Our fifth reading for today comes from John's Gospel. After this, when Jesus knew that all was now finished, he said, in order to fulfill the Scriptures, I am thirsty. A jar full of sour wine was standing there. So they put a sponge full of the wine on a branch of hyssop and held it out in his mouth. When Jesus had received the wine, he said, It is finished. And he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. It is finished, Jesus says. It is finished. There is nothing left for him to do. He has done it all. The plan of the Trinity has been completed. What began at Bethlehem is now ended at Golgotha. What is it exactly that is finished? To the onlookers, it looks as if Jesus is finished. To Caiaphas, to Pontius Pilate, business as usual can go on. This inconvenient man from Galilee will not be bothering them anymore, or so they think. What looked like to the world defeat for Jesus would ultimately be the key to his ultimate victory. Jesus, while he had been facing down Caiaphas and Pontius Pilate and the Roman soldiers, they were not actually his true enemies that day. Jesus was actually taking on forces much, much darker and menacing. What Jesus had really been taking on had been sin, death, and the devil. All three of them had pounded on Jesus, pounded, since the night before, pounded. And they thought they had won, but ultimately it was to no avail. In fact, if God the Father had wanted to, he could have resurrected Jesus right there. But he waited just 2 days to make so that people would know that Jesus really had died. What was finished that day, what was accomplished that day, was the salvation of the world. Jesus had said that the ruler of this world was about to be driven out and condemned. Jesus would henceforth be the ruler of the world. Death had received a death blow, our sins covered by the blood of Christ, and the devil sent away whimpering like the coward that he is. What was finished that day was God's rescue mission to save the world from itself and to give it back to God.